quick live. I just had a thought. I was reviewing some of the stuff that's going on in Minneapolis and the protests and stuff. Right now, there is a real hardcore need to put Black people at the forefront. I'm seeing the tricks. I was looking at Megan Kelly, and she had in the title that these activists in Minneapolis are like Black Lives Matter 2.0 same tactics. They are so desperate to put a black name even on anything that has nothing to do with us. I mean, like we are absent. You got all these white people out here, and they're doing all the stuff they want to do, and you don't barely see any black faces in that whole group of whites. But they are working so hard to try. Now, it's a couple of ways that they've already tried to insert us. Okay, one is they pulled out BLM and had them up there yelling and shouting about 5 days ago. It's like three black chicks. You could tell they just got hired. They ain't no community activists. They young, fake ass BLM. They tried to pull that. Second thing they tried to pull is they got Don Lemon to drive his ass up there and get involved. And he uses his platform to spotlight a black female lawyer slash minister who invades a white Catholic church. Okay, so we got that visual. And now it's like, the white nationalists, look at them invading Christians, right? Is this what they're doing? Paying these cosplay actors and provocateurs. It's very interesting. It's very strategic. So the next thing is you got the black family, right? They get caught up and they claim that, our kids are attacked by ICE. Our baby was attacked by ICE. So you got the black man, the black children, and the black baby. And they got their pictures splattered all over the place, putting black people's faces on all of this. Even though they're clearly bystanders, it doesn't matter. You putting black faces on it. Not one time have they spotlighted any of the white people in the crowd, made a story out of them other than the white girl. Not one. But somehow, somewhere they find and manage to have a whole narrative when it's like one singular Negro involved in anything. They got a microphone, they want the story, they want your name, they want your picture, 1,000 ways. I haven't seen them spotlight anybody white at all in any of all this stuff that's been going on. Not one. They haven't defined a leader, a voice. They barely even focus on their faces. But when it's black people, they got to have the whole 411. And then everybody's got to replicate a story on that one black person. So I'm seeing a lot of people carrying that story about the black lady who went into the church and disrupted. Okay. I'm seeing the black family, their faces are being plastered everywhere. For the most part, they're done with the white lady. She dead. They didn't moved on. Now it's like we got to put a black face on this. So then we have these so-called, Paul Birdsong, fake ass Black Panther. I don't even think he's in Minneapolis. Looks like he's talking shit from Philadelphia, place he ain't even from. So now we got that. There's thousands of stories. The Black Panther Party's back. And then the white women with their crazy selves, they on social media talking about, we want to join the Black Panther Party. We need more manly men like this, you know, egging it up. And these are Dominicans or Mexicans. I don't know what those people are. And they should be, called the Taco Panther Party. I don't know what the fuck that is. But they keep trying to paint a black face. He said he was there to secure, the protesters, which is predominantly white. He's there, in defense of the lady, that died. That's not what the Black Panthers did. And now we have the latest stories. So they just keep piling all these, you know. Don Lemon got his big head in there. Nigga, you don't see a black ass. Where the hell you from? Where you going up there? Now there's stories about Don Lemon and how he needs to be arrested because he helped to invade the church. You're giving them something to talk about. You're giving them black faces and black stories. Notice that not one time have they zeroed in on any white protester. Their speeches, their words, their thoughts, their narrative, the who they are. It's just a blanket, generic white people moving around in the cold. But when it comes to black people, they want a whole story. They got 1,000 replications of the same issue. I'm almost done. My last thought. So then we have the new story. There's a white man who's a white supremacist, and I've been saying they're coming. They started marching through, going to a Somali neighborhood. That was the goal, to go into a Somali neighborhood and pretty much start raising hell, tell them they don't belong in America. And I knew that was coming. It's still coming. And that was a big mistake today. Bothering that man, tarring him, pushing him into the corner. That white supremacist, they should have let him be. Because I believe this is going to trigger the Proud Boys, the Oath Keepers, a whole bunch of militia groups, white supremacists. This is going to be their call to stand up. When they see these images of this whole crowd surrounding and dragging this white man who tried to have a rally in Minneapolis that was pro ICE. He's a provocateur, no doubt. He's a JN6er, probably an agent, probably. And they got all these pictures showing him being the victim. Don't forget, white men are victims. And this is going to make them mount up. But the one character they just pulled up, they got to put the black people on it, is some black man talking about he's a Christian. And he helped the white guy, the white supremacist, get through the crowd. He was like his shield, good little Toby, talking about he believed in Jesus and Jesus believes in, turning the other cheek and forgiving people and all that shit. So now we got another person putting blackface to all this mess. And I just wonder how many more black faces. None of us are there. And it just really is something because none of us are present. None of us are participating. None of us care. We're minding our business. But the media is intentionally creating stories and situations and scenarios to spotlight the lone black person and make a story. And the provocateurs are coming forth to create stories to put black faces on it. It's really unfortunate. We can't control them. But if there's enough flooding of black faces and black stories, and again, not one white person, not one white person has been identified, told a story, had a narrative, identified as a leader. We just see well covered, masked white folks moving around in the snow from a distance. No real identity. Isn't that interesting? But when it comes to black people, it's faces and stories, thousands, thousands. It's crazy. Very intentional, I say.